Okay, there's my load. Looks like a bunch of big Crayola crayons. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Friday and we're starting off on another adventure. It won't get fun till next week, but yeah, we're heading up to Brigham City. We're going to get some trusses going out to the Bay Area. We're going to head on up there and get it all preloaded to be out there first of next week. I'm a little cautious on this because, first of all, I'm not real fond of going to California anymore. Second of all, I'm even less fond of going up to the Bay Area because it tends to be a little bit more complicated. Thirdly, it's an oversize, really long, so we'll see how much trouble that'll cause for me. Okay, I had to go quite a ways back to get all this in the picture. I'm still not sure I got it all. But anyway, they're 83-foot long trusses. There's just two of them, but they're pretty heavy metal. So I stretched it out to 20 feet longer, so the trailer's 65. I hope the weight's okay. The wheels are together in the back. I got about 6 to 6.5 feet off the front. Okay, we got 11'3" off the back, and the permit, he wrote it up to 15 feet, so we're okay. But as you can see, that's kind of the standard size angle that they use. This is like 1 inch thick, I think. Yeah, 1 inch thick. So it's out of pretty heavy metal. We got the two, one's going that way pulling the top end and the other's pulling it down there. So that gives me 4 over the front. I got it back there too, and that gives me 6 over the back. And that's a total of 10. So for 83 feet, that's 1 for every 10 foot and a partial and 1 extra. I'm still going to throw a chain around the front just to keep it from moving forward, but yeah, we're about 6 to 6.5 feet off the front, so it'll be a fun one. Well, we got all loaded here. They're 83-foot long joys going to Pleasanton, California, up by the bay. They're supposed to be there Monday morning, so we'll take off on Sunday. I should have my permits later today. I haven't seen that I've got them yet, but they may be here. Okay, so we'll go home and we'll take off on Sunday. Sunday, and we're heading up to get the trailer. Should be able to get up there about noon, get hooked on. Should be about 10 and a half hours to get out to Pleasanton. So we're gonna head up there, get hooked up and rolling. And it is raining, but it's not torrential, it's just a steady drizzle. So we'll get up there and get rolling. Back to the scene of the crime. That's down almost a foot. That's where my steer stopped. And I only made it in maybe 10 feet. So they've been spreading all this dirt because they're going to be building a new building through here. So they were spreading this the other day, and it's been raining for about the last 24 hours. And see, the trailers are just right around this corner. See, the trailers are back down there, and I made it to there, but this is all slippery clay, so getting them out was going to be a problem. They pulled me out, and we're waiting for a decision by Troy. We've already called the job site, told them the situation. The guy would like us to be there tomorrow. It would be better, but that's just not going to happen because this is too slick. Luckily, that's the only mud that I've got. Still got my chain out, but yeah, Jared was able to pull me out, but yeah, we're a little bit muddy. All right, what do you think of the rain delay?
It's not baseball. You can't call it on account of rain.
Oh, well.
Wish you could.
I think we're going to end up calling it. Well, that didn't go as planned. There was just no way to get into the trailers. Troy made the decision that we'll wait till tomorrow and hopefully things will dry out by then. So we'll get back up there in the morning and hopefully be able to get hooked up and pulled out and on our way. Okay, we're going to give it a try. They've been working on it all morning, bringing in dirt and smoothing it out, and it's looking a lot better. So Jared's going to try, and I'm going to hopefully get anything interesting on film, but maybe it'll just be boring. I dropped the fifth wheel so I could get under it without getting stuck, and those things just went right up and just kind of bonked it. Dented my headache rack a little. If it ain't one thing, it's another. But we got it all on. We're out of the mud. We're ready to go. Yes. We got out of the mud hole. Now we're out on the salt flats. Turned out to be a nice day, but we got some water all along the sides of the road. Definitely wouldn't want to drive out on the flats. Our permit routing has us going down to Stockton and then over on the 580. And as of right now, I'm a few minutes short, but we usually make up enough time. So it's going to be tight to get there, but we should be able to do it in one shot.
Milking the cloth?
What?
He's in there milking the cloth?
Well, this time of night, that's pretty much all I've ever seen him do. we got here. It's about midnight. It was a bigger pain just getting backed into one of the little driveways in this mall. We're going to be on the back side of the building that's in front of us, but we got to go through a tunnel underneath. So we'll have a little fun tomorrow morning when they show up to unload us, but we made it here. Had kind of a rough start, but the drive out here was fine, and I had 2 minutes left on my clock, so bonus. Anyway, we'll go to bed and we'll get unloaded and see what he comes up with to take back. Okay, it's Tuesday, and we had an issue this morning. They weren't ready for us after all. They don't have room for these trusses. So they're going to make us wait until Thursday. They're going to try and get us in a little bit early if they can, but I'm not holding my breath. We're just here at this mall up in Pleasanton. The 580 is just beyond these buildings. It runs that way, and the 680 goes south there. So we're just right here by that big interchange. So anyway, the job site is just on the other side of that building. If you can see the tunnel right there, that's what we got to go through to get in there to get unloaded in the morning. So until then, we've just got this whole parking lot to ourselves. The store up there is closed, so nobody even uses this. So anyway, so I just get to hang out for a while. We ran into a bit of a snag. These are too heavy for the way the crane was configured, so now they gotta reposition and put a bigger block on it so it can lift 16,000 pounds a piece of these joists, trusses, whatever they are. So we had to pull ahead. Now they're repositioning. Okay, there's my load. Looks like a bunch of big Crayola crayons. And they're made out of graphite. It's supposed to only be 20,000 pounds, but he said it's 42. And that's what my air gauges would agree with. So a little heavier, but I think we're okay. Well, we got loaded. I had to wait 2 hours. Apparently they were just busy, but it's a load of graphite. They look like crayons. Taking it up to Nucor up in Plymouth, Utah. So we'll get heading that way. Friday morning. We got a little past Wells last night. To get to Plymouth, you have to pull off at the Oasis exit before you get to the Nevada border, and then go up around the north side of the Salt Flats through Park Valley, which is a nice quiet little area, just very, very remote. There is nothing there. Just a couple little ranches, and that's about it. We'll come back to the freeway up by Snowville, and then we'll drop down to Tremont and then run up to Plymouth that way. So we're done with my pre-trip for the day, and we'll get going. Well, we got unloaded and we're headed back home to switch to my next load for next week. I just had to ask the guy what those things were used for. They use it to run the electricity through to whatever heats up the metal that they melt. And so they're like they're electrodes. And they spray water on them so they don't explode, he said. And I was like, that's comforting to know that. But anyway, so yeah, I guess I don't know how long they last, but I just brought 22 of them up there, and they use like 3 at a time. So that was an interesting load, at least. Now it's heading home for Memorial Day weekend. Pick up my load going to Tucson for next week. So So that'll wrap this trip up. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.